Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is December the 3rd, 2024, and what I want to talk to you about today is the reality of flower farming versus the hype up that I'm seeing a lot of things online about. I've been flower farming for 6 years now. And actually, it's been over 6 years that I've been flower farming. And before I did flower farming, I did growing for flower show competitions and different things. There's a lot to flower farming that people don't tell you. It is a lot of hard work. It is a lot of long hours. You really have to love what you're doing to keep flower farming. We grow just about everything that we grow ourselves. We really don't buy anything. We grow it from seed. We do put it out in the greenhouses. Before we had the greenhouses, I had the lights set up in the basement that I used. And when I got the greenhouses, we moved everything out there to the greenhouses so the stuff wouldn't be in the house. If you are going to grow your stuff in the house, you do have to make sure you don't get too much moisture in your house because you don't want to have issues with mold or anything like that. But when you're flower farming and different things, you're going to have competition that will try and come in on you. And I'll talk more about that in this video with my experience of that this year. And you really have to love what you're doing to flower farm. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to be discouraging to you. This is probably like the most in-depth video that I have done about flower farming and what can happen with just different things. So more of that's going to be coming up in the video here. But it's not all the glam and glitter and stuff that people try and like make it out to be that I've seen on different videos and different things. And I love what I do. I mean, I love working with flowers. I love growing them. And I like my job. You will have competition that will move in on you, and they will try and take what you have worked for away from you if they can. This year was really not the best year for us. I was selling on, I am still selling on the one marketplace that I sell on, and one of my competitors came through and she actually stole my designs. And she started selling them at half the price of what I was even selling them at. So it really hurt the sales this year. And what I didn't realize at the time was when this happened, she didn't just take my design, she was taking a bunch of other people's designs. Now, she's no longer selling on that marketplace. She, I'm assuming, got kicked off because of what she did, because one lady's designs, she actually took everything. She took their pictures, their description, their photos, she took everything and cut their price and was selling it. So when you're selling this kind of stuff, you will get competition, but that was a very aggressive person that did this, I'm assuming, because they sold on this marketplace for a very long time, but the other competition started lowering their prices, just trying to compete to stay in, and I had wound up then trying to lower my prices to try and stay in, and I tried getting in at some of the different flower shops around here, and the people love my designs and they love my stuff that I'm designing, but they don't know if they want to put it in or not. They don't know basically what they want to do. So there's really not too many places to set up around here. I tried finding places this year to set up, and I found out I had to have special permits and different things, and I checked into this before I set up. So I was, trying to work with different places to get my permits and, get different places to set up at. And unfortunately, all of that had fallen through but one place. And we did that's the craft fair that we did this year. It was a fall thing. And actually what happened 3 days before the show, someone had announced that they were not showing up and the space was offered. So I got in through that, and I had like 3 days to put a whole bunch of stuff together. So we did go and we did the show, and we did sell a few things, but it wasn't exactly what we were expecting to sell. This right here was one of my wreaths that I had put together and created. So it's not easy as what everybody is making it sound to try and just go set up somewhere and sell your flowers. There's 2 other flower farms that have opened since I had started mine. One of them, they have a spot in town where they're putting their thing up at, and I have her setting up now. I'm trying to think of she has a lot of quantity, but she's selling flowers with holes in the leaves. The flowers are already turning brown, they're already spent, they're covered in powdery mildew, and she's setting her cart up with this type of stuff, and people are buying it. But the thing is flower farming is supposed to be offering something that you can't find, or better, or offering a better quality than we can find in a grocery store. And what happens is when somebody comes in and starts setting up like that, it gives flower farming not the best name, because we're supposed to be taking more care and more time into selecting the best of the best. And I'm not seeing that with that particular flower farm. It's basically they're putting stuff together, they're just putting it out, trying to sell it, and now that image is sort of getting stamped on flower farming. So there is another flower farm. I have not actually seen their products. I know that they did get into one of the places that I tried to get into, and the lady didn't want anything at the time, but somehow they got in. So I do know that they are set up in one of the areas. So there's definitely different ones around, and competition. They have their own websites. I did actually build a website for my flower farm, and that's separate from my YouTube channel name. The flower farm has a different separate name to it. And trying now to draw the people in, get the traffic in, because what I found out on the marketplace that I was actually selling on, I couldn't figure out why people weren't finishing at the checkout thing. So what happened was I had gotten a new computer, and I had never logged in on this marketplace. The marketplace had no idea who owned the computer or anything like that. So I went on the marketplace that I sell on the one day, and I was just, looking through different things, and I went to my shop page. And here, all of my competition stuff was right above my listings as the marketplace's pick You go down below my listing, there was even more of their picks. You hit add to cart, and there was even more of their listings down underneath that they recommended people to buy from. All of them were cheaper than me. But so it started really making sense. I didn't, realize that this stuff was even happening, because when I went on the marketplace with the computer that I always use, this stuff was not showing up. So it was really eye-opening to me, just, what was going on. And so, I did contact one of the local flower shops around here, and I'm still waiting for them. I contacted them actually last month, and I'm still waiting for them to decide what they actually want to do, if they want to put the stuff in. They basically don't know, so I'm still waiting for them. Like I said, I did build my own website now, and we're trying to drive traffic to that. And everybody says that building your own website is so easy and everything else, and I have built websites before. This one took me about a month to build. You can't build them in like 30 minutes unless you're really, really good at building them, like you're building them probably like every single day. Then you're gonna probably have like the 30 minutes, but this one took me a month to build, because you have to do all of your shipping profiles. You have to make sure all of your privacy policies and your terms of use policies are all in place. You have to make sure that everything on your product page is the way that it's supposed to be. Like all your information's there, all your photos, all your pictures. There's a lot of different stuff, and then after you have it built, you have to figure out how to market it. So that's what I'm learning right now, is the marketing of the different things. I did some marketing before, but I always felt like I was directing my traffic to the marketplace, and then you find out that the marketplace is recommending everybody else's products. So I understand they want to sell stuff, but I'm a flower farmer and I want to sell my flowers too, And it was just kind of time to get a website. I waited way too long to get a website. And a lot of what I'm seeing with the flower farmers now, they're selling seeds, they're selling corms, they're selling tubers, they're selling bulbs, they're selling sweatshirts, they're selling all different kinds of stuff to bring in more revenue. And I do recommend that if you're going to do flower farming, to have multiple sources of revenue, because there's one flower farm that I follow on Instagram, and they were always saying, don't market, don't do this, don't post to social media and all this stuff. Every time I went on Instagram, she would have a brand new post on there of something that she was either selling a course or something for her flower farm. And I started thinking about this, and it's like, you're always on Instagram posting, but yet you're telling people not to post. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna flower farm or whatever business, you are gonna have to figure out some way to advertise it. Whether you use a YouTube channel, Instagram. I personally do not understand Facebook. I'm still trying to learn how to use Facebook, but definitely don't put all the eggs in one basket. I made my mistake when I stayed on the marketplace for as like my main source for as long as what I did. I should have built a website a long time ago, and right now we are down like 200 sales from last year. And that's a lot of sales to be down on. I won't mention the marketplace that I sell on because I don't want to get somebody mad at me. So right now we're kind of scrambling, trying to figure out how, where are we going to sell our stuff at? How are we going to sell it? And I'm looking into different marketplaces, different things. Marketplaces, they have fees that they charge you, and different stuff like that. The website, you have the fee for the hosting, and then you have your payment processing fee. I did go with Shopify on that. There's some different things. This is the first time that I used Shopify. Before I had used HostGator. I'm hoping I made the right choice by going with Shopify from all the research that I did, but I just launched a website last month, which is probably the worst time to honestly launch a website because everybody's thinking about Christmas and buying Christmas presents and different things. So, we're trying to gain momentum and we're trying to gain traffic with it. It's a brand new thing now to get out there and market, let the people know. Unfortunately, the marketplace that I was selling on, they're very strict and very limited to you saying that you have your own website. So you don't want to step on their feet and make them mad. But that's my best advice that I can give you as a flower farmer. It's a lot of hard work that goes into flower farming. It's a lot of time that goes into flower farming. It's a lot of dedication that goes into it. You're up sometimes till 12, past 12, trying to get your harvest in and prepared so that you can use it. And we grow all of our own stuff mostly. I mean, it's very rare that I buy any plants at all. Most of everything that we grow all ourselves from seed, and that helps a lot. But this year, I have to figure something out. And I have to figure out how to basically make the flower farm work now. I wasn't planning on the lady taking my designs and undercutting my prices and doing what she did. So, I hope that you found this video helpful. And like I said, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from following their dream, from flower farming. There's a lot of things that I wish that people would have told me when I first got into it. And I definitely would have explored other options. I wouldn't have kept all the eggs in one basket on one marketplace like I did. That was a mistake. And I learned, and I'm trying to fix and correct that mistake now. And I'm trying to make a lot of decisions now about the flower farm. What I'm gonna plant next year, and we did cut down this year already on what we grew, and our status this year turned out completely disastrous. We did have a crop failure on that. It was beautiful, and then we started having issues with it. I'll talk more about that in another video. But like I said in the beginning, this is probably one of the most personal, in-depth videos that I've ever done with flower farming and just different things. And, I'm trying to figure out the future of the flower farm. And I, have a lot of decisions to make for it. So that's basically the point where we're at right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna plant. We are still gonna do the vegetable garden, but, for the flower farm itself, I'm trying to figure out, like, what I'm gonna plant, how much I'm gonna plant. Like I said, we cut down from last year, and just try and sort of go from there. And right now, I'm basically, in the process of figuring out what I'm gonna do with the flower farm, what I'm gonna plant next year. Will there be spots available next year to actually go and set up and be able to sell locally? I'm not sure. And so that's basically what I'm trying to figure out right now, because we already have two other flower farmers now. One does have a spot to set up, and they have their cart there. The other one managed to get a spot in one of the stores that I had tried to get into, and apparently the lady changed her mind when the other people called. So I don't know how their sales did. I don't know. I've never seen the quality of the other flower farms' flowers. But we'll see what next year holds for the flower farm. We are gonna get the greenhouses most likely cleaned out, and we'll start planting next month, actually, for the onion plants, for the onions, for our vegetable garden. And I guess we're kind of just walking and seeing, where it's gonna go next with it. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. I'll tell you as I put a new video on. And thank yous for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.